Open sesame. Arch boy chosen, man. Like, subscribe, enjoy the reaction. Y'all know me, man. The most honest anime fan reaction out. And I got the most honest stream out here. Reptile Flameser Weave. And you know what I'm saying? Top 10 best new action shonen anime. Y'all gonna see in my podcast, we rank the top 5 best shonen anime of all time. Go check that out after this video. But let's see where he ranks from 2020 to 2023, the best new action shonen anime. The question gonna be, is JJK over Demon Slayer, or is Demon Slayer over JJK? Shout out VinnyTube, man.
Action shonen, one of the most popular genres in anime as a whole. I love it, and I know you do too. But what about those who are just new to the channel, or those newcomers to anime looking for new stuff to watch? That's what this list is mainly for. I'll be listing what I feel ended up being my top 10 favorite action shonen from the year 2020 until now. And if you're already updated with the latest shows, maybe you want to stick around and see if your favorites that started in the past few years get a shout.
There's no way. There's no way this is on the list. This is cap. This is not on the list. This is not on the list. This should never be on the list. Cap. This better not be on the list.
Starting off at number 10 is Darwin's Game.
Darwin's Game is 10? That's kind of crazy. 10 is crazy.
We open things up with something that's right from the start of 2020, a season that I call the calm before the storm, right before all hell broke loose. Amongst the numerous survival game battle royale series that seemed to pick up for a short while a few years ago, Darwin's Game ended up being one of my favorites along...
He said it came out in 2020. I'm shocked that Darwin's Game is this low. I'm curious to see the rest on the list, because Darwin's Game to me is a fire hit that is very slept on. Fire
anime. Gleipnir, shout out to that one too. Darwin's Game has a simple premise, but I think it ended up being one of its strengths. There's no super deep narrative or anything, but it didn't need to have one. It presented us with a lot of cool characters with creative applications for their powers, duking it out in crazy battles, and that's what really matters the most. The main cast have their own charms and a quirky dynamic, all without the over-the-top axe-crazy worldviews that these kind of shows tend to employ on their leads. While there's much to be explored with the world...
Oh, Flames just said it was just cool. Damn. Flames just said it should be 10. We're gonna see.
Darwin's Game makes for a nice, easy watch if you're up for urban fantasy action along with a dash of violence. The show doesn't break any new ground, but it doesn't need to, especially when its main themes and points involve giving its audience satisfaction through the displays of fighting and camaraderie.
Yeah, I personally love Darwin's Game. Like, loved it. I thought it was super fire. When did Goblin Slayer come out? I feel like Goblin Slayer came out later on, actually. Is Goblin Slayer Shonen? Actually, that might be Isekai. I don't think it counts as Shonen. So that's why I was like really fighting for it. I really love Darwin's Game. I think it's very slept on, but we'll see. We'll see what else is up in the list.
Even before it started airing, there was a lot being said about Eden Zero, most of them with an air of cynicism. It's a running joke to call this show fairy tale in space, and I really don't blame anyone who does do that. Heck, I even found myself having some cheap laughs at Eden Zero's expense earlier on. However, the show itself ended up being pretty good, and I can confidently say that it's heading towards becoming one of Hiro Mashima's best works so far. Eden Zero takes the standard adventure to search for something, gives it a sci-fi flavor, and delves surprisingly...
Respectfully, I feel like any anime that's a carbon copy of another anime should not be on this list. It is a carbon copy of Fairy Tail, and Fairy Tail sold itself. So I think it's just copied the same characters and restarted this own thing. So to me, this shit should be disqualified. Should not be on this list. Should not be on this list. But that's me. Man, standards are low. Yeah, nah, this can't... I just feel like we can't say top 10 best new action shonen anime, and the anime literally just copied Fairy Tail. That's all it did. That's all it did. It copied Fairy Tail. And from the looks of it, I haven't watched it because I hated the way Fairy Tail ended, and Fairy Tail is about to continue, which is stupid. I just think that you shouldn't put an anime that's a carbon copy, literally a copy of the same fucking story in space, on this list. That's kind of goofy.
Deeply into the character aspect that makes such a story work. Sure, I'm not claiming Eden Zero is some hidden masterpiece in terms of character writing, but there's really some potential to be had, especially given Mashima's reputation in his previous works. Overall, there's something magical and genuine in this adventure that makes the audience want to keep
Nigga, that's Lucy! Bro, alright, bro, I'm about to get
following
out,
the
bro.
journey of Shiki and Rebecca, and it's one of the most vivid examples
Shiki and
of
Rebecca? That's her name. They didn't even try to change the character look. It's the same girl. In 4K. What did Cat Williams say? Nigga, did you know I can see you? Bro, copy and pasted his work. It's crazy. This is crazy. Bro, copy and pasted his work. This is absurd. Bro, he copy and pasted his work and turned in the same assignment. Turned in the same assignment for a different work. Oh, fault. Turn in the same work for a different assignment. Nigga, this is Lucy. What are we talking about? What? Oh, all right, bro. I'm not about to. Kimono Jihin. I've seen this. I'm about to get me hot, bro. So,
Moving from sci-fi to supernatural fantasy, we have Kimono Jihen.
I'm interested in why this is this hot.
Kimono Jihen is one of the shows that I was very excited for entering the winter 2021 season. Exiting that season, I do think it's one of the underrated hits from then, overshadowed by the likes of Mushoku Tensei and its super strong lineup of sequels. Kimono Jihen settles into its niche as a dark shonen, focusing on the emotional aspects in its characters which help carry the show. There's action in spades, yes, and any veteran on anime wouldn't find anything unique in the whole mutants or monsters living amongst people setup, but I barely think that either of that's the main ingredient which makes this series work. When looking at Kimono Jihen, think something more like...
Definitely better than Darwin's Game. For me, I prefer Darwin's Game, but I'm not mad at this one. Flames just said it. Reptile, have you seen this one? Man, Standards Alone was bro paid. Bro, I don't know. I just feel like Eden Zero can't be on the list. Like, you can't carbon copy and put that on the list. It's like, and then say it has potential even though it copied somebody. Yeah, no. I'm not mad about this being over Darwin's Game. I just prefer Darwin's Game because I like really dark anime, but it was a good anime.
Dororo in terms of overall feel compared to the major mainstream hits. There's still the whole supernatural aspect that can make it a success with the audience, but the story takes things in a slight detour, opting to lean more on the mature themes that invite its audience to introspection. It's truly a hidden gem that's understandably overshadowed, but if you're up for an action shonen with the familiar supernatural setting but a really strong emphasis on character and emotional stakes, Kimono Jihen may be worth your shot.
That's
Rurouni Kenshin is up next.
Well, I don't want no spoilers. Bro, this is too much spoilers. I will be skipping this. I'm sorry, y'all. I just don't want no spoilers. Rurouni Kenshin, for what I've seen,
NFL Sunday Ticket is now on you.
yeah, I don't want to watch that, y'all, because I don't want no spoilers. I've seen all of the old school Rurouni Kenshin, so it's kind of like a hard one for me. I try to leave it alone because he got like some clips in there that like are definitely spoilers. Like JJK, he didn't have to put in the JJK like the new clips. He could have put in the last season clips. So I would prefer to just be completely shocked by everything. So yeah, no. But Rurouni Kenshin, I don't know where to rank it because I haven't watched it. But old school Rurouni Kenshin is goated. I hope the new one is giving it justice. Tokyo Revengers number 6.
Approach to the halfway point.
Huh?
Time loop stories have been quite popular for a long time, but
y'all have seen me criticize Tokyo Revengers many times. Me and my stream has. Obviously inspired by ReZero, or got a lot of takes from ReZero. Say this again for the people in the back. You cannot have a gangster anime and the main character isn't smart nor strong and just cries the entire time. It'll never work Season 1 was a tough watch. You get through it. You're like, is he nice now? He's still not nice, and he wants to achieve crazy things because he's emotional and cries a lot is how he's going to get the job done in a gangster anime. What the fuck are we talking about? He's not smart, can't fight, cries, and not even a hard worker to learn how to fight. And y'all want us to rock with this anime. Come on, man. Come on, man. Y'all care more about the side characters carry the show. It's only so much you can care about side characters more than the main character who you're supposed to be rooting for. And you don't care. And then it gets all weird and convoluted in season 2. This shit fell off, man. Shit fell off. Compared to the animated shown so far, I think number 6 is fair. I give you that. Season one was really good. It was a tough watch. You have to get past like the first half of season 1, but season 1 was good. I give you that. I agree. I haven't seen season 2 yet though. Yeah, no, season 2 is crazy. Like you watch it, you'll understand how ridiculous. Because basically, Mikey and Dragon, who carried season 1 because they were so cool, they're not even that shown in season 2, so it's really on the main character. I forgot his name. And it's just gets kind of weird and convoluted because he tells people his secret of going to the future, but then he doesn't tell others. And he's still crying. He's still not strong. He's still not that intelligent. And he's just trying to go this emotional route to achieve his dreams. And that's not the reality of anything in real life, especially not in a gangster anime. You're trying to use emotions to beat people and strong dudes, and it's just stupid. It's stupid. It's dumb. Like becoming the king of all fighters, but you just cry. Not because you work hard, not because you're smart, not because you're strong, just because you cry. Get out of here, man.
They seem confined to
What are we
mature
talking
target audiences with the likes of Steins Gate, Madoka, and ReZero, amongst others. Thus,
Told ya.
it felt fitting for a battle-oriented shonen series to take a crack at the concept. Tokyo Revengers takes that time loop premise and adds a rugged, battle-oriented feel to it, and it just works. While people often see battle shonen as a genre that's full of the supernatural and magical battles, Tokyo Revengers remains relatively true and grounded with the gritty reality of gang warfare. Not to say that the show is realistic or anything like that, but comparing it to its popular peers, which seems to be mostly geared towards fantasy, Tokyo Revengers does carve a pretty unique niche for itself. It's a show that's simply full of hot-blooded moments that get you all pumped up with adrenaline. Tokyo Revengers has great fights, memorable characters, and a good serving of character drama along for the ride.
Bro, talk about season 2 being trash.
Gain momentum and popularity, and if the feel of the series appeals to you, you should really give this one a try.
Bro, stop hyping everything. Bro, talk about season 2 being trash. And it lost its steam. It had its popularity, and the same large fan base was like, season 2 is trash. Please. Damn, bro. I just want to hype
If you're
stuff
enjoying
up.
this video, why don't you try hitting that like and subscribe button as well? I'd really appreciate it. Let's talk about Trigun Stampede. In the same vein as Kenshin from a while ago, we once again take a look at a reimagination of a timeless classic. Trigun didn't feel like it had the same level of cultural impact Rurouni Kenshin had back in the day, but it had just as strong of a foundation with its story and characters. And with this modern version, Trigun Stampede, I'm pleased to see that a lot of what I liked about classic Trigun returned. There's a shift in focus for Trigun Stampede, with it placing a lot of emphasis on the main protagonist. As a result, it becomes more of a character-oriented piece of work, and I think it works pretty well for both OG fans and people coming in to try to see what the buzz is all about. Don't let the implications of being a character-oriented work throw off your expectations, however, since Trigun Stampede still has a lot of other things that make shows in the genre work. Immersive fights, but I guarantee it'll be a good watch for fans of action shonen.
Bro, first of all, he gotta stop spoiling stuff. Like, he spoiled damn near half the show, I feel like. I'm gonna say this. It's tough because I always say, like, you can't. This is purely nostalgia talking right now. I have not heard Trigun get not nearly as much love as Tokyo Revengers did season 1. That is actually absurd. I just crapped on Tokyo Revengers season 2. There's nobody that has hyped up Trigun. And the animation itself is something that a lot of people are turned off to. So, to be over Tokyo Revengers, even after I crapped on Tokyo Revengers, to me is crazy, and not that many people have talked about Trigun. I have to disagree with him and say that this shouldn't be over. Even without me watching Trigun can't be over Tokyo Revengers. Like, Tokyo Revengers hit the ground running. Like, Tokyo Revengers and Promised Neverland were like two natural hits. Like, Tokyo Revengers came out with Vinland Saga. Vinland Saga was a hit. Tokyo Revengers, low key, at one could be argued as was more popular when it dropped, and it went crazy. Like, I gotta disagree, man. I gotta really disagree, bro. Like, this is crazy. Like, Tokyo Revengers got his own movie, like in an instant, because of how popular, got a live action movie, just how popular it was. Like, I gotta disagree. This is crazy. Yeah, I think that's his own bias talking. Like Flames just said, that has to be purely nostalgia. Yeah, that I just disagree with that one. That's crazy. And I crapped on Tokyo Revenger season 2, but no one's hyped up Trigun, and I've heard people be like, it just wasn't it. Honestly speaking, so I can't. I gotta disagree. Let's continue though.
If you're up for something super light-hearted, however, you'll like this next entry, Mashal. There's something really charming with what I feel is a new take on the whole One Punch Man trend. Secret, overpowered character entering a world where he gets to showcase his skills in some of the most over-the-top ways possible. There's always a market for these kinds of parody shows, and among them, I do think that Mashal is one of the better ones from the recent years. Whether Mashal...
Wait, what other ones? He thinks it's one of the better ones of the recent years? What other parody has been... See, bro, he be wording stuff kind of crazy. Bro, he be wording stuff kind of crazy, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Like, it's one of the best ones of that parody genre. What other ones, really? Bro, this got compared to Mob Psycho and One Punch Man. Those are his cohorts. Is it on the level of Mob Psycho or One Punch Man? No. Please don't try to word it like it's better than like the other parody ones. Not the ones it was hyped up to be compared to. And it's not on the same level as him. See, he be wording stuff kind of slickly, man. Mashley is way too damn hot. I actually like Mashley. I'm cool to be over Tokyo Revengers, man. Like, and I crap on Tokyo Revengers, but even though I do dislike, people was like, Mashley doesn't do nothing. Like, it's funny. I will say it is funny. It doesn't do anything like out of this world. Oh, Flames would put it at 9. I can't put it that low. I enjoy Mashley. I just don't think if you comparing it to One Punch Man and Mob Psycho, which you have to, because that's the genre it is, and those are the people that created those. It's not like out of this world. It's a very good watch. Very good watch. You can watch it and just laugh, have a good time. But it's not like out of this world. Like Mob Psycho and One Punch Man's fight scenes are what took it over the top. And it was at that time a purely original concept. There's no insane. The fight scenes don't compare to those animes. The story is like kind of whatever. And the villains, everyone's just kind of misunderstood. There's not just like a villain like there was in One Punch Man. And then Mob Psycho had a better story to me. Very dynamic between the characters. This was just, yeah, no.
Clicks with you is largely dependent on how much you adore the concept of dumb fun. It's not going to win any awards in terms of being super original, but the execution is very well done. It's really chill, it's got pretty cool animation, and this is a show that knows its identity and does a great job in pushing what it does well. If you're a fan of something like Psyche or One Punch Man and want to capture the feeling of loving those kinds of shows, then this is surely something to keep in your crosshairs. In the whole over-the-top fun department, it's one of the best in recent memory.
I gotta disagree. Very good. I don't feel good putting this over Tokyo Revengers Season 1. Because even though Tokyo Revengers Season 2 fell off, to act like Mashley Season 1 is better than Tokyo Revengers Season 1, to me is crazy. And And from what I've seen from a lot of anime fans, that's Mastery wasn't as great as they hyped it up to be. Like it just wasn't. And some people were disappointed. I gotta disagree with this being up there, so let's continue though. Hell's Paradise 3
welcome to
already?
the world of Hell's Paradise. Away with the parodying and the light-hearted fun, Hell's Paradise takes us to a grim and treacherous world full of dangers at every corner, yet carries with itself a sense of mystical wonder. That's exactly the feel that the manga intended, and the anime adaptation to this fast-rising action-adventure story nailed that atmosphere to a T. Hell's Paradise is quickly becoming one of the best shonen titles to see its debut the past 3 years, and it just keeps getting better and better. Hell's Paradise may not have become a runaway mainstream success that had even non-anime fans going gaga or singing its opening, but the show in itself exudes a unique kind of artistic energy. Instead of falling in line with the more mainstream hits, Hell's Paradise kind of finds itself in the territory where I placed Kemono Jihen previously, the darker, more methodical type of shonen that carries an artistic flair that's more expected of a cult classic. It's got a lot of the thrilling fights in a world that's beautifully crafted and full of intrigue.
Once you saw a blind dude in anime, it's crazy. You put Hell's Paradise over Demon Slayer. I did put Hell's Paradise last season over season 3 Demon Slayer easy. And I stand by that take. Demon Slayer season 3 was not good. But it's just tough because Tokyo Revengers like impact was crazy and the story was wild. And when they dropped it, they dropped 3 episodes all at once because they knew it would be slow. And if you kind of can make it past dude crying a lot, like the fight scenes go crazy and it's an interesting story. With a mystery to it. But the season 2 was such a fall off. But then Hell's Paradise doesn't even have a season 2. So but if we going off of what Shonen basically is in its most simplest terms is just fighting. So and the good guy versus the bad people when he fights and saves the day, and so I'm not too mad at it.
Intrigue. It sure is a joy seeing a lot of anime fans experiencing the series.
And the fight scenes were crazy
too. Chainsaw Man then takes those key points and pushes it to another level.
Nah, like Reptile, you not. I mean, Flames, you not understanding, bro. This is number 2. He must have had him tied.
When it comes to unhinged violence, dark and devilish appeal, and questions regarding morality, Chainsaw Man takes those themes into overdrive. With that kind of appeal...
Oh, Flameser, you think I'm arguing Hell's Paradise over Chainsaw Man? No, I'm not arguing that. I'm confused why Demon Slayer nor JJK is on the list. Because this is number 2 and they both can't be on the list for number 1, but he must have tied them.
It's not surprising that the show ended up being one of the biggest hits of 2022 for anime fans, especially given that it's part of a demographic intended for younger, more impressionable audiences. To see something as for adults in air quotes in the way it portrays its characters or battles ought to turn some eyes, and it did so in a big way. Chainsaw Man oozes rebel energy. From the way it looks to the opening themes, the fights are insanity personified, and they do such an excellent job in keeping people talking and watching week in and week out. I do think that the one thing holding Chainsaw Man back from the mainstream is how it's not universally appealing. It's way easier to introduce your family to something like Demon.
That's not the reason why Chainsaw... Stop it. Stop it, bro. Give real critiques. It's not appealing? Oh, wait, hang on. What the fuck? Bro, me too, bro. You gotta give real critiques, bro. Because it's not appealing. That's why it's not super, bro. This was the most hyped anime in I don't know how long. What are you talking about? Bro, what? Bro, what are you talking about, bro? Real talk, bro. What are you talking about, bro? Now you capping, bro. Now you capping. This, bro, Chainsaw Man damn near broke the internet multiple times. Bro, what are we talking? Bro, Flazer, am I capping right now? Bro, am I capping right now? Bro, what is he talking about? Bro, this the entire bro everywhere. Crunchyroll, fun, bro. Everybody was hyping this anime up, bro. Bro, people were watching. The hype was crazy, bro. What is he talking about? That's why I feel like it's just not mainstream enough. What? Stop it, man. Stop it, bro. Stop it. The reason why Chainsaw Man didn't flow as well as it should have been, like maybe a JJK, bro, it was out of this world. Chainsaw Man and Solo Leveling are super hyped. And I'll say Chainsaw Man because it dropped was, bro, going crazy. The reason why Chainsaw Man didn't do what it should have did or didn't attract as much is because the story was lacking a little bit. It was a weird kind of story. That's it. And then stuff was happening too fast to where you didn't even care about the characters. Maybe it just didn't translate well from manga to anime or whatever. But when everybody doesn't like the main character, it's hard to care about the characters, which, spoiler alert, they just go bye-bye. The story was lacking a little bit. That's all. That's it. It's just that simple. Don't try to give it out like, oh, bro, the anime community didn't rock with it and everybody couldn't because of the way it looked. No, this was the most hyped anime, bro. What are you talking? The story was lacking just slightly. That's it. That's it. If the story wasn't lacking like that, it would have been better. If we cared about all the characters, it would have been better. But it's a different type of story. He's kind of a different type of main character. But also the writing, you couldn't care about the characters. It just didn't translate that well. But don't say the look of it. It wasn't the look that sold it. It was checking this out crazy, bro. It was the story and the writing. People just didn't resonate with it.
Demon Slayer, for example, but going that route will lose Chainsaw Man its identity. Instead, it feeds into the whole rebel energy I talked about and firmly erects its signature foothold in the shonen sphere.
And this fight scene, for how it was hyped, was weak as hell too. Super quick and ended too fast. Weak. Since we talking, Like, let's keep it above.
Lastly, I have Jujutsu Kaisen as my top pick for new shonen of 2020 to 2023.
Oh, maybe Demon Slayer came out before 2020. Let's see. Maybe that's why. Oh, yeah. Yeah, April 2019, so that makes sense. Yeah, that makes more sense. Okay, I'll go with that. Bro, he keeps spoiling stuff, bro. Bro, all right, we gonna wrap it up, bro. He keeps spoiling stuff. Bro, every fight scene, bro, Vinny too, you didn't have to spoil the fights. Like, you could have chose a season that's not this season. Yeah, man. Appreciate the grease from Norway. I'm gonna say this. I agree. JJK should be 1. Chainsaw Man should be 2. I'm not mad at Hell's Paradise being 3. It's kind of tough to rank Tokyo Revengers because the season 1 was really good, but season 2 was kind of weak. I'm gonna put Flames. Do we agree with that 3? Do we agree with Hell's Paradise 3, JJK 1, Chainsaw Man 2? I'm down to put 4. 4 to me, Tokyo Revengers got to be 4. I know season 2 fell off, but season 1 was really good. I'm not mad at I would put. I agree with that. Okay. We agree with the 3. I agree. My 4. I'm not gonna lie. Me being biased, even though season 2 had a fall off, Hell's Paradise hasn't had a season 2 yet, and the power level of I'm not gonna lie. I gotta put Tokyo Revengers at 3. I would just tell people to stop watching after season 1. Like, it was very good, and I just feel like it's getting old. It had 20-some episodes. I would put Tokyo Revengers at 3 for me. JJK 1, 2, 2 Chainsaw Man, 3 JJ. No, 3 Tokyo Revengers, 4 Hell's Paradise, and 5 I would put Mashley. Oh, 6 I would put Darwin's Game. Actually, I like Darwin's Game over Mashley, but I'm not. My bias would be Darwin's Game at 5. Mashley at 6 for me. That's my list personally. Flames just said he agrees with the top 3. He would probably put Mashley at 9, and yeah. So, like I said, once again, my number 1 would be JJK. Number 2 would definitely be Chainsaw Man. Number 3, my 3 would be Tokyo Revengers. Actually, 4, Hell's Paradise. 5, I'll put Darwin's Game actually, and 6, I'll put Mashley. I really like Darwin's Game. I think it's very slept on anime. I really enjoyed it, and I can't wait for the next one. Y'all should also check out King's Game if you haven't watched it, or Talent List Now. I always try to suggest anime, but y'all know I'm the most honest anime reaction out reviewer. Shout out Flames or shout out Reptile for being in here with me and giving honest critiques, because I feel like people not honest. People trying to give generic answers. Let's keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying? But it's your boy Chosen, man. Like, subscribe, enjoy the reaction. Check out the podcast. We up, man.